Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, two of the greatest footballers in history. Combined, they have 13 Ballon d'Ors, over 1,700 career goals, and a rivalry that has defined an entire generation. But here is the stat that stops you cold. In over 20 years at the highest level, Messi and Ronaldo have never played against each other at a World Cup. Not once. 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, 5 World Cups, 0 matchups. The football world has been waiting 2 decades. In 2026, that could finally change. Let's start with Messi. 2006, he was 18 years old, part of a stacked Argentina squad. He came off the bench against Serbia, scored within minutes. Argentina reached quarterfinals, lost to Germany on penalties. 2010 Messi was already the world's best player, but Argentina were disjointed, lost 4-0 to Germany in the quarterfinals again. 2014 heartbreak. Messi carried Argentina to the final, inspired performances all tournament, but Germany defeated them in extra time. The image of Messi walking past the trophy is etched in football history. 2018 Argentina were chaotic, lost 4-3 to France in the round of 16. 2022 redemption. Messi scored 7 goals, provided 3 assists, led Argentina to the World Cup. He finally lifted the trophy. But in all 5 tournaments, he never faced Ronaldo. Now Ronaldo. 2006, he was 21, the young prodigy in Portugal's golden generation. Portugal finished 4th, losing to France in the semi-finals. 2010 Ronaldo was Ballon d'Or level, but Portugal lost to Spain in the round of 16. 2014 disaster. Portugal crashed out in the group stage despite Ronaldo's heroics against Ghana. 2018 a hat-trick against Spain in an all-time classic group match, but Portugal lost to Uruguay in the round of 16. 2022 Portugal reached quarterfinals, but a shock loss to Morocco ended their campaign. Ronaldo left the pitch in tears. 5 World Cups, countless unforgettable moments. But just like Messi, he never played his rival. In all 5 tournaments, their paths never crossed. So why have they never met? It's not bad luck, it's bracket alignment. In every World Cup, Argentina and Portugal have been placed on opposite sides of the draw. They can only meet in the semi-final or final. In 2006, Portugal reached the semi-finals, but Argentina lost in the quarterfinals to Germany 1 round too early. In 2010, both lost in the quarterfinals, and round of 16 they never got deep enough at the same time. In 2014, Argentina reached the final, but Portugal crashed out in the group stage. In 2018, Argentina lost in the round of 16, while Portugal reached the round of 16 they were on the same round but opposite sides. In 2022, Argentina won the whole thing. Portugal lost in the quarterfinals. It's never been the right time. Now here's why 2026 is different. The new 48-team format changes everything. There are 12 groups of 4, then a round of 32, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, and final. Argentina and Portugal can now be drawn on the same side of the bracket in 2026 if they both finish in certain positions in their groups. They could meet as early as the quarterfinals. Not just the semi-final or final. The bracket is wider, the paths are shorter, and for the first time ever, Messi and Ronaldo could collide in the knockout rounds. The football gods finally made it possible. For Messi to reach that potential quarterfinal against Ronaldo, Argentina need to navigate their group first likely as a seeded team in Pot 1. They'll face 2 lower-ranked teams in a 4-team group. Argentina should comfortably top the group. Then the round of 32, a knockout match against a group runner-up. Argentina are favorites against any second-place team. Round of 16 likely against a solid but beatable opponent. If Argentina finish top of their group, their path avoids the true giants until deeper rounds. The real challenge comes when they face a top-tier team in the quarterfinals, Portugal. If Messi gets there, he'll be 39 years old. But he's Messi. Ronaldo's path is similar, but with one key difference: Portugal will likely be in Pot 2 for the 2026 draw, not Pot 1. That means they could face a seeded giant in the group stage. Portugal's group could include a top 8 nation like France, England, or Brazil. They need to navigate their group carefully, top the group for an easier bracket path, or finish second and risk meeting a monster in the round of 32. If Portugal finish group runners-up, they could face Argentina as early as the round of 32, not the quarterfinals. But for the dream matchup everyone wants, they need both teams to win their groups and meet in the quarterfinals. Ronaldo will be 41. But he's Ronaldo. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The new round of 32 is a brutal equalizer. In previous World Cups, teams had a round of 16 after the group stage, a single knockout match. In 2026, there's an entire extra round. One bad day, one refereeing decision, one defensive lapse, and both Messi and Ronaldo could be watching the quarterfinals from their sofas. The round of 32 is where underdogs thrive, a 90-minute shootout against a motivated opponent with nothing to lose. Argentina and Portugal cannot afford to look past the first knockout round. Because if they do, the dream matchup dies before it even starts. If they finally meet and win, what does it actually mean? It's not just a football match, it's the closing chapter of the greatest individual rivalry in sports history. They have faced each other 36 times in Club Football Champions League, La Liga, friendlies, but never on the sport's biggest stage. A World Cup knockout match between Messi and Argentina versus Ronaldo and Portugal is the single most anticipated fixture in football history. It would break global viewership records. It would be the most watched football match of all time. It's the match the entire planet has been waiting 20 years to see. This isn't the first time the football world thought they'd meet. There have been near misses before. Remember 2014? Argentina versus Portugal could have happened in the semi-finals if Portugal had beaten Ghana and not crashed out in groups. They won their match but needed other results to go their way. They didn't. 2018 Argentina played France in the round of 16 on one side. Portugal played Uruguay in the same round on the other. If both had won, they would have met in the quarterfinals. Argentina lost to France. Portugal lost to Uruguay. 2022 Argentina went on to win the whole thing. But if Portugal had beaten Morocco in the quarterfinals, we would have had a semi-final between Argentina and Portugal. The closest we've ever come. There is no ignoring the elephant in the room. In 2026, Messi will be 39. Ronaldo will be 41. They will be the two oldest outfield players in the tournament. But look at their recent form. Messi at 38 is still delivering MVP performances in MLs and still running Argentina's attack. His game has evolved. He's no longer the explosive dribbler. He's the deep-lying playmaker, the conductor. Ronaldo at 40 is still scoring goals at a prolific rate in Saudi Arabia and for Portugal. He has reinvented himself as a penalty box predator, conserving energy for the moments that matter. Father Time is undefeated, but these two have given him a better fight than anyone in history. Let's talk about the teams around them. Portugal in 2026 might actually be stronger than any previous Portugal team Ronaldo has played in. They have Bruno Fernandes pulling the strings in midfield, Bernardo Silva creating width and chance, Rafael Leo offering explosive pace on the wing, and a defensive core of Urban Dias and João Cancelo that rivals any in Europe. Their issue has always been the same: can they get the balance right between building around Ronaldo and playing modern dynamic football? In 2022, it felt forced. By 2026, with Ronaldo at 41, Portugal needs a tactical plan that uses him as the finisher, not the focus. Argentina in 2026 are defending champions. That changes everything. They have a system that works built around Messi but not dependent on him. Julian Alvarez offers relentless pressing and movement up front. Enzo Fernandez controls the midfield tempo. Alexis Mac Allister provides box-to-box energy. And the defensive unit marshaled by Christian Romero is battle-hardened from their 2022 triumph. The difference is Argentina have already tasted glory. They play with confidence, not pressure. The question is, can they repeat at altitude across 7 matches with Messi at 39? Their squad is young enough around him to carry the physical load. There is something bigger happening here beyond just two individuals. This match, if it happens, represents the passing of a generational torch. For 20 years, football has been defined by Messi and Ronaldo. The GOAT debate, the Ballon d'Or duopoly, the era of two superhumans. But 2026 is likely the last World Cup for both of them. The next generation Mbappe, Haaland, Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, Yamal is already here. If Messi and Ronaldo finally face off at a World Cup, it won't just be a match. It will be a farewell, a thank you, a closing ceremony for the greatest era football has ever known. Football is often called the beautiful game, but sometimes it transcends sport. Messi and Ronaldo represent more than goals and trophies. They represent dedication, two kids from opposite sides of the world, one from Rosario, Argentina, one from Madeira, Portugal, who worked harder than anyone else for 2 decades. They represent the idea that excellence is a choice, that talent is a starting point, but work ethic is what builds a legacy. A World Cup matchup between them isn't just about who wins. It's about celebrating two humans who showed us what is possible when you refuse to stop. They pushed each other to heights neither could have reached alone. There is a painful possibility we have to talk about. What if it doesn't happen? What if Argentina crashes out in the round of 32? What if Portugal's group is too tough and they don't advance? What if injuries finally catch up to two aging legends? What if the bracket puts them on opposite sides again? This is the last chance. 2026 is it. If they miss each other this time, they will never share a World Cup pitch. The football world will be left with the greatest what if in the sport's history. 2 legends, 5 World Cups, 0 matchups. That thought should terrify every football fan. If it does happen, let that sink in for a moment. 2 men who have defined an era, walking onto the same pitch in a World Cup knockout match. The last dance. The final bow. The moment fans have dreamed about for 20 years. There won't be a dry eye in the stadium. Every touch of the ball will feel historic. Every pass, every shot, every tackle will be watched by a billion people. Win or lose, one of them will go home. Father Time will finally catch at least one of them. But for 90 minutes, the entire world will stop. Because football gave us one last gift, the matchup we thought we'd never see. The 2026 World Cup will be defined by many stories. The new format, the host nations, the young stars arriving. But none of those stories will capture the imagination of the world like one thing: Messi versus Ronaldo at a World Cup. It is the matchup that has eluded us for 20 years. And 2026 is the last chance to make it happen. Will the football gods finally deliver? Will the brackets align? Will two aging legends hold off Father Time for one more tournament? We will find out together. Follow WC26 Matrix for every bracket breakdown, every tactical analysis, every story that makes this World Cup unforgettable. Subscribe now. The countdown to history begins.